Hi everybody, welcome to Dick Taylor. You're with us for the next half hour, I think.
I'm not sure how long this is going to be.
We have all kinds of answers to all of your deepest questions, plus a little factory tour. So, here we are.
All right, there are people watching. What? Hey, welcome.
Okay.
Weird.
Well,
Okay.
this is kind of like the back dungeon of Dick Taylor.
We've got curbside pickup now, street, shipping, a little bit of stuff going on.
This is the spot where Dustin and I work mostly these days. So, this is our lair. Maybe we're gonna get a shipment of something right now. That's gonna be real fun.
I might be driving the forklift while we're doing this thing live, so hold on. That's how things work
Let me
around
get some
here.
help. You need a camera.
What, you got? Can you tell we rehearsed this?
Okay. Here, you just give me this. You deal with this
Okay, you
shipment.
deal with it.
Okay. So this, well, here we have all of our beans. This is our bean storage. We also have our winnower set up, a bean cracker, and the roast. We also have some old ratty machines that we're fixing up. Constantly, there's always machines and pump and junk and everything. Here is our shop where we work on all of our machines and stuff. And then back out to the street, Dustin getting to work. All right, so let's move into our production room. This is where we do all of the chocolate production. So we have little universal here. We do little test batches of things. Our Carly Montanari R4 conch is right here. Coating pan, a little tempering machine, yada yada. And then over here, block breaker. This is a 500 kilo refiner that we're almost done working on. So we'll do mostly milk chocolates and things in this machine to help with allergy contamination. Let's see, then this is our ball mill. So we do the fine grinding of the liquor. And if you'll notice, I made a huge mess this morning. That happens. It's kind of like a badge of shame. I get to look at that all day long. Then we have, this is where we do the initial refining of the liquor. So we have a hammer mill, and then that all gets pumped into the ball mill. We have a tank here where we mix the sugar and the liquor, and then that goes into the roll refiner. And then we have a kind of back stock of liquor over here. Isn't much of a back stock. And then finished batches, etc. So that's kind of the production room here. A batch of shame. That's funny. All right. Now we are going to... This is kind of our packaging, kitchen-y area. This is our flow wrapper. So we do all the packaging, all the initial wrapping right here. All right. And then in here, this is where we do all the tempering and molding. A little cooling room here where we cool the bars. In this room with all the box fans, etc. And then we have our batch tempering machine. If we're going to mold something that's either got an allergen or an inclusion mixed into it, we'll batch temper it here. And then we also have another continuous tempering machine that we do use for most of the dark chocolates, and then inclusion bars where the inclusions go on the back. And that's kind of our molding setup. You'll notice it's very, very quiet around here, and that's because it's just Dustin and I. We, with things being slow, we kind of gave everybody a few weeks off to see if we could figure out how this was going to shake down. But online orders have been pretty good. And so Dustin and I are fulfilling them, making as much chocolate as we possibly can. How's the shipment going?
Well, shipment's top notch. Worked like a dream.
Oh, it's done.
Oh yeah,
that
man,
quick.
That's how fast I am.
Okay, how do I turn this thing around here? All right.
There we go.
All right, what was it?
Boxes.
Oh, that's not that exciting.
U-line. Everybody loves a good U-line order.
So then, here, we can go out front, and maybe we'll answer some of your questions. Do you want to grab that list of... We had people mail questions in, and so we are happy to answer some of those. I'll give you guys a little tour. This is our retail store. How about that? All right, so this is kind of where all the magic happens. This is also closed down. We're just doing online orders and curbside pickup currently. So you can kind of see into our molding room. That's where we just were. And then we have our store counter, etc. Okay, so let's sit down and chat. Okay. Hold that. How about that?
Perfect. High tech. Where am I looking at?
You're looking at that chair over there.
There we go. You look so natural right there.
Not just me, man. Both of us. Yay. Okay, so we'll try. If you guys have any special questions, we'll try to maybe answer some of them. We're going to start through some of these. The question is, how do you store all your inclusions, like black figs? We try not to store them. We just make them into chocolate bars.
We're lucky where a lot of our ingredients we get from the co-op, which is right next door, so we can order them, quick and easy. Just what we need for the batch. Make it, chop it, dry it, put it on bars, get it out.
The next question is, on which day of the week are you working on the biggest amount of chocolate? Wednesday is probably the biggest day. If normally, like the slower time, we'll do one batch of chocolate a week, which is right around 400 kilos, so 880 or so pounds. When it's real busy, we'll do 2 batches a week, and so Wednesday we have to unload the first batch and load the second batch in, so we will be moving 1,600 pounds of chocolate that day, which is quite a bit. That takes us the better part of the day to do that whole thing. So Wednesdays typically, I would say, are the biggest.
Which is a segue into why is your chocolate so much smoother than everyone else's?
I like you, man. Okay, we did have a question come up on the stream. Why is your chocolate so much smoother than everyone else's? Part of that is when I gave you a little tour of the production room, we have a lot of equipment there to focus specifically on the texture of the chocolate. One thing I think was interesting, when we first went to the Northwest Chocolate Festival, probably 8 years ago, 7 years ago?
I think 2012, we figured.
Yeah, we went there, and it was, craft chocolate was still pretty new, and I remember on our drive home from Seattle back down here, I remember Dustin and I had this conversation. We were thinking, everybody's making chocolate on the same machine, literally, everybody. There's no variety whatsoever for 99% of the chocolate manufacturers of what equipment's being used, and so we felt like as the chocolate consumer, their palate got more and more sophisticated. They were going to be demanding more than just unique flavor, but they were also going to want really good texture. And so it was right after that first trip that we bought our first little roll refiner. And we really started not only addressing what we felt like was improving flavor, but texture had to improve at the same time. And so now we do get lots of comments about the texture, whereas early on we didn't get that many comments. I think people they were so amazed at the flavor of craft chocolate and how it was so unique that the texture was like slightly like a back burner thing. But now that people are used to, single origin chocolate, 2-ingredient chocolate, now texture is something that people are very interested in. So thanks for the question.
Thanks, yep. What's your...
No, here, you answer this one. What are your weird and funny habits?
Well, reading this, I haven't done this before. It's not a habit yet, but we'll start getting live. This next year when Ab and I have a lot more time around the factory, then you'll be seeing a lot more of us live on this little screen. But we got this, but Chocolate Uplift asks, what are our best-selling origins right now? Belize from My Mountain has really been Belize, Madagascar, which Madagascar was the first origin we ever worked with that cacao origin from Bertie Lacassen, who I'm sure many of you got to see him down in San Francisco, the legend. But we got our first origin was Madagascar, and it's really been a top seller ever since. I remember getting our first bag delivered via UPS from John Nancy. We had it shipped to Adam's door, and it was a big deal to get a first bag. But and then Belize is right up there. It's just a top-notch origin. Thank you, Uncommon, for keeping quality.
And Uncommon actually had a question. At Uncommon Coco says, how's curbside going?
Well, we had one.
We did?
We had one yesterday.
Oh, yeah, we did. But he was
accidental.
spontaneous. The whole point was we needed people to call ahead. We'd get your order all fulfilled, and then you would show up at a specific time. We'd give it to you. We had somebody show up yesterday spontaneously, which was fine. Then we had another person call in after the curbside hours were closed. So today, fingers crossed.
Although it doesn't help that it's basically snowing outside right now. It's really cold and wet. So as soon as it gets sunny and dry, I think we'll have a lot more curbside. And we plan on slinging fudge pops curbside. We're going to move the freezer right to the door. So if you need a fudge pop, just drive on up. We'll get
Throw them at you.
You don't even need to touch us or look at us. We'll get you a fudge pop.
But we have been offering free shipping on all of our online orders. So we've seen a lot of local customers, just having it shipped to their door. So that's another option if you don't want to come down and see Dustin and I. But we're both virus-free.
I know, we're kind of close to each other for this interview.
I know.
Wish the camera was sideways.
True. Here, look, I'll scoot back. You're 6 feet. We'll do this.
Now we're official.
We can't touch each other. It's really, really fun.
Another question. Have you ever thought of using a co-packer? Wouldn't that be nice? That would be fantastic.
The funny thing is, we more and more become a co-packer because we have... Oh,
hey, mailman. Welcome to the mailman.
Want to get on our live
streaming live. Yeah, I've got a pile for you.
Yeah, I'll swing by and pick them up.
There you go. See, he's going to take your boxes to you. Free shipping and the mailman. That's how small town we are. We love it here. So we don't use a co-packer. Like Adam said, we've kind of become a co-packer. We've done a few different white label projects because, buying bigger and more efficient equipment, there's a lot of downtime on the equipment. So, I don't think we'll ever use a co-packer. We love manufacturing. We love machinery. We love that aspect of chocolate making. And so, maybe we'll become a co-packer to others, but I don't think we'll be using co-packer.
I think that also gets kind of like right to the heart. There's a question also, actually, I think, did you write this? What are 2 to 3 things that you want the public to understand about craft chocolate? So I think that kind of maybe gets to the heart of what craft chocolate kind of is.
Get to the heart.
For us. It's of heart to heart. Craft chocolate, the way that we feel like it is, it's something that's where the crafts people that work inside this building, myself and Dustin included, are really pouring in our knowledge and our expertise into making the chocolate. So we're the crafts people crafting the finished product. And so it kind of feels like with a co-packer, you're kind of giving up all of that. Even if you tell them you want it roasted to this spec and grind to this spec, it's still not me or somebody that I've trained tasting, analyzing, looking at what's coming out of the machines. And so I think that human element and the ability for us to control that in-house is really important. And I think that gets kind of like right to the heart of what craft chocolate is for us. One question, have you or would you consider an 85 to 100% chocolate? We did do 100% bar. For whatever reason, it was crazy difficult to mold, and so we kind of put that on the back burner. But we do get asked occasionally for like a higher percentage bar, and something we may toy around with. We also do a little micro batch bar each month. It's like a 300 or 400 bar experiment, and so maybe we could do like a uber dark micro batch one month.
Let's do it. You called it.
Yeah.
Good work.
Whoever asked about the 85 to 100%.
Coming at you. We'll name it after you.
Stay tuned. Send us your name. We'll name the bar after you. All right.
Ooh. From my mom and dad. How do you come up with your limited edition chocolate? Well, now we've got a lot of different limiteds and things going on as we're trying to stay relevant to a lot of different markets. And so that's where we've got kind of our micro batch limited, which is, like Adam just said, really small, about 400 to 500 bars, and that's our kind of time to play and be experimental. It might be white chocolate, might be milk chocolate. For that, we've got a kitchen of spices and all sorts of stuff, and all the staff. We have a whole board going where we're collecting ideas from other people, and really anything goes. And so the micro batch, every month we have to come up with something new, so that's kind of the limited side of that. But then we also have our limited edition origin bars, which is more of about 1,000 to 2,000 pounds of a specific bean that's unique. And really Adam comes into sourcing all of those different origins, but it's trying to be, as we've got our chocolate on different supermarket shelves, and we have, the ship gets bigger, it's hard to steer, and so it's hard to tell a store like, we had Belize this month, but now we don't, and we got this, and so we try to have a limited line for more unique origins that come and go. And so this one actually that just launched is
Jamaica
Bachelor's Hall. Jamaica's got a bobsled team.
Yeah, we're really excited about this one. When I think about some of the bars that have really stuck in my mind, one of those in particular was Rogue's Jamaica, and that bar was so good. And eventually some of that cacao comes across your desk, and so we were just jumped on it. We bought all of it that we could, and really have made a bar. It's a 75%, and it's delicious. It's really, really good. If you get a chance to get one, I hope you won't be disappointed. It's been one of my favorites. And then we also did this last year, and we're doing it again. You can see right here. So these, we did a limited release of a barrel-aged Belize. And so we did 1 barrel's worth, for our first batch, and those sold out super quick. It was like 1,000 bars. So now we have 4 barrels.
And we have more barrels over there.
We do have more barrels all across this place.
Barrels left and right.
And so the plan will be to do more of these barrel-aged bars and experiment with that. So those are also kind of a limited release thing that we do.
Will we be releasing in April? Oh, you brought me one.
This is the bookkeeper trying to hide in here. Come on out. No. Come on. You can't sneak into the room. This is the bookkeeper. This is my mother, Colleen. She does all of the books here. And so, yeah.
Thanks, Mom.
My boys.
Also, just talking limited. Now you'll know what to look for. It just launched this week. Another question. Will we be releasing...
a little fun fact that you guys probably don't know. The boat on the front here is a Nordic folk boat. And this was the first sailboat that Dustin and I ever restored. This was a 25-foot lapstrake sloop that you could see light through the hull. And so we replanked it, reframed it, new deck and everything. And it looks like that. Anyway, tidbit.
Next generation Eureka, will you be releasing an April micro batch?
Heck yeah, we're releasing an April micro batch.
No pandemic can stop that. The micro batch must go on.
We're actually making it right now, which is a little down to the wire, but we're going to have it out in
That's
time.
how we go. This is the beauty of the micro batch.
Yep.
A couple hours to go. We'll be stickering.
Midnight the night before.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, you guys are great. With
You guys, thanks. Look, we got Rachel over there helping
And
with
she's trying to
She's
hide.
doing a good job. She's doing a great job keeping us fed with questions. Do you ever use mélangeurs?
Okay.
We have, and we do now and then.
We have
in different
we do.
ways.
Yeah, we have one that we use to grind liquor, and we actually made chocolate in it early on. And then it's been used in lots of different capacities. And just when we think we're ready to sell it, something comes up. And we're like, maybe we should make it in there. So
one thing, people, don't sell equipment. Hold on to it. If you don't think you need it now, something's going to break down, and you'll need it in a couple weeks.
So we do have a stone grinder. If any of you guys had our matcha bar, the white chocolate, that was made in a stone grinder. And so we use it for some weird inclusion-y things that we just don't want to put.
Yeah, it's got its place.
Yeah,
It's a good piece of equipment.
definitely. Yes,
We're not downers. We're not haters on that thing. We just choose not to use it. Well, we do matcha again. That was a surprisingly successful bar.
Yeah.
A lot of people really like that. We, especially when dabbling in white chocolate, we always feel that people know us for dark chocolate, and once we steer too far to the milks or the whites, then people start freaking out. But they had great feedback, so maybe the matcha will make it back as a full time, or just another.
At least another micro. Maybe we could repeat it as a micro batch.
Yeah, that's a good one. Ooh, I want fudge pops. Bring them to Whole Foods or Safeway in the Bay Area. We're working on that.
It's cute, man. I know. I think what we'd be more likely to do, and it is something that we're kind of actively working on.
Talking fudge pops, we got our new custom fudge pop wrapper. I think I'll have that one right now.
Was that not even sealed?
No, because I was showing you the wrapper. Now I need to eat it.
That looks weird.
But don't lick it too soon or it'll stick to your lip.
But we are working on a possible way to ship direct to customers some fudge pops, like in an insulated box on dry ice and those kind of things. So if you are out of the area and you want them, that will probably most likely be your best bet. We don't have any plans of releasing it for like large scale national wholesale or anything like that. So we gotta have some things that are unique to us, that we get people to come to us.
Big question from our favorite fisherman of the sea, Josiah. When's the band going to do a stay-at-home special?
That's cute. Depending on how long this all goes on for, it might be
Next week we'll be doing that. So get ready, Josiah. We'll do this special just for you.
Okay. This is Car Runner. I figure we can trade for anything we need during this lockdown if we have enough of your chocolate.
Well said. Our chocolate does double as a currency. So
when the economy collapses, the chocolate will save you.
we're creating new wallets that you can hold these chocolate bars just stacked in your back pocket. You'll be ready to roll.
They have a bit of dry ice in them, so they make your butt really, really cold, but they'll protect your chocolate bar. Okay, the next one. Chef Durfee, thank you for this question. Do you have plenty of Easter rabbits in stock? Yes. Surprisingly enough, when you make something expecting that the economy is going to go on a certain trajectory and that trajectory changes, you end up with lots of something. So
a lot of things.
Would like rabbits, please go to our website. We'll ship them for free straight to your door. We don't want sad kids. Every kid needs a really good quality Easter bunny.
Everybody needs a rabbit.
And we have enough of them to go around, so please. Okay. What's the next one?
Oh, how long are we aging that for? What are we noticing flavor? I'm assuming that's going with the barrel age.
Yeah, so we the first.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's the first part.
Okay, what kind of flavors do you get? Okay, so we have two questions. What kind of flavors do you get from the barrel aging, and how long are you aging it for, and what have you noticed in the flavor? So we'll tag team those. We aged the first batch, which was really kind of an experiment, for 4 months in the barrel, and it had 1 bottle of whiskey poured into it. So that was kind of the scene for the first go around, and I think we're going to do it the same this time. And really, what we're picking up from the oak, it's not like a boozy flavor. Like you wouldn't eat our barrel aged bar and be like, oh yeah, that's whiskey. But you do get a nice bit of that, like kind of the earthiness and the char from the oak. And so it's really interesting. It changes the bar quite a bit. And when we release the next barrel aged bar, you should buy one of those and a Belize bar side by side, because it's the same cacao origin, and you really can get a good idea of like what is changing and how.
But in that first time, like Adam said, it was kind of we didn't know what was going to happen.
Right. Yeah.
We threw it in a barrel. We left it for 5 months. We were blown away with the aroma and the flavor and stuff that came out. So now in phase 2. We got 4 barrels from Alchemy Distillery, local friends. That we actually have 3 bourbon barrels, 1 red wheat whiskey barrel, and then we're also working with Sonoma Brothers Distillery. So now we're also not only going to be trying just barrel aged, but what happens when it's 2 different barrels versus bourbon versus red wheat whiskey versus one method where we keep it in the barrel for 5 months versus taking apart the barrel. And so because of the success of that and us loving it, and we're going to now try kind of a lot of different methods in this next round and to find out what is best.
Okay, what's that question?
Who does the graphics on your packaging?
Another question from Steve Taylor. Your dad's really good at the...
Good on you.
There it is.
Oh, how cute. Well, a question from my parents would be, who does the graphics on our packaging? And that would be the one and only Garrett Taylor, my brother. He is working from home for Pixar. He's an illustrator down there, and he does all the hand illustration work and all the detailed drawings and stuff. But now we're kind of expanding also the in-house graphics, where cousin Gabe Schneider, is also working from home. There's a lot of people working from home. Fortunately, Rachel.
Why aren't we working from home?
Well, this is our home. We are working from home.
What am I doing down here?
And so yeah, Garrett, illustrator, the whole brand ever since the beginning. He owed me some graphic time for a computer I bought him, but now he charges us. But so he does that, and then cousin Gabe also does a lot of the graphic stuff. Cousin Gabe put together this stuff. So Gabe Schneider, Garrett Taylor, kudos to in-house graphic design work. You got any more questions?
No more questions.
We're doing good. Are we out of time? What are we doing? I got fudge pops.
Any other questions from you guys? Stay home with
Stay home with chocolate. That's the festival. They're saying amazing, so that must be it's the end. Get out of here. Your time's up. Well, anyways, this is the first live thing. Thanks to Stay Home with Chocolate Festival for putting this together. It's been really fun seeing other people and to see the community. We are shipping for free shipping. That doesn't read right on that camera. It's backwards.
It's okay.
So if you guys need chocolate, we'll ship it right to your door. We're trying to make this as easy on everybody during this time. And since you're just sitting home shopping on Amazon, you might as well get some chocolate. Don't only just support us, support all these craft chocolate makers and other small entrepreneurs. This is a hard time for a lot of small businesses and coffee roasters. And so now more than ever is your time to sit back and have fun supporting small businesses. And we thank you, everybody, and hopefully we'll do some more live stuff in the future. We'll let you know if we do a band live sesh. This is a lot easier than we thought. We didn't know about Instagram Live. We're usually in the back, but
yeah, we really do want to thank you for including us in part of this like little Stay Home with Chocolate festival. And I just echo what Dustin said. Like it's definitely, we look at the future and it's like a big question mark. You know, how long will it last, whatever. But we've felt the support. We've had really good online orders, and those are day after day seeming to keep up. And we'll see when the dust settles if it's, enough to cover everything, but at least it's really, really softening the blow. And so thank you for buying chocolate from us. Support other local chocolate makers as well. It's really, really important for all of us right now that we get chocolate into your hands and that you guys keep eating it as rapidly as you can. Thanks
all right.
a lot.
Cheers.
Take care.
How do I turn this off?
I really don't know. I think we just leave it on.